Good morning friends. Today we will going to discuss about the frequency selective network in the parallel resonance circuit. In my previous video we have seen already the series resonance circuit, its explanation, its bandwidth, the resonant frequency, quality factor and comparison etc. For this video we will going to discuss about the resonance in the RLC circuit, which is very important in the parallel resonance circuit in the practical application also. In the RLC circuit, here in case of the here RLC circuit should be this RLC circuit is the electrical resonance and takes place when the voltage across the inductance is equal to the voltage across the capacitance. Means in the RLC circuit where electric resonance takes place when voltage across the inductance, means here the voltage drop across the inductor which is equal to the voltage drop across the capacitor, both are equal. So alternatively the resonance takes place when the power factor of the circuit become unity, and this is the basic condition of the resonance. Basically here when the power factor of the circuit become unity, and this is the basic condition of the resonance, it remains the same for the parallel circuit also. Thus the resonance will occur in the parallel circuit when the power factor of the entire circuit become the unity. And let us consider the RLC parallel circuit. What we do here, the voltage drop across the inductor and capacitor both are equal, then the total main current is flowing through the supply voltage, and at this node the current is able to flow through the resistor, inductor and capacitor etc. And for the parallel circuit, the applied voltage is taken as a reference phasor, means applied voltage is taken as the reference phasor, and the current is drawn by dy by dx is an inductive coil legs at applied voltage B and the phase angle of the theta. Then current drawn by the capacitor, here is the basically the source current, and that source current is coming from the I of S. On the positive x-axis we have shown the current flowing through the capacitor, and exactly opposite to flow the current flowing through the inductor. And on the x-axis, positive x-axis, the current flowing through the resistor R as well as the voltage drop across it V. So what we do here, basically the current drawn by the capacitor leads the applied voltage, means the current flowing through the capacitor leads the applied voltage by the 90 degree. Now the current flowing through the inductor is a lags the 90 degree with respect to the V. Now the power factor of the entire circuit in the phase with the applied voltage, and this happens when the current drawn by the capacitive branch is equal to the reactive component of the current of the inductive branch. Means one is for lead, one is for lag, and with respect to the applied voltage. Once the source current I of S, it is the combination of the current flowing through the inductor plus IL minus IC, and here is the angular frequency should be varying in the anticlockwise direction. Hence the resonance takes place, the necessary condition is that the current flowing through the capacitor IC which is equal to I of L into sine theta. This is the equation number 1. Then what we do, the current flowing through the capacitive branch and current flowing through the inductive branch, there are the two different current is flowing through the inductor. Hence the current in the capacitive branch, it is nothing but the voltage drop across the circuit to the capacitance of that value, voltage drop across the inductor to the total impedance of that circuit. In this way we are able to find out that value, so that the current flowing through, here is the current in the capacitive branch IC which is equal to V upon X of C, and current in the inductive branch I of L which is equal to V upon Z of L. Z of L is the load impedance, means basically this is the impedance in concern with the inductor. So that ZL, which is equal to the impedance of the inductive branch, and that will be given r plus j xl. Once we take the square root, then r square plus xl square and j square. J which is equal to root of minus 1. Minus 1 square means it is the plus. That's why the impedance of the inductive branch which is equal to square root of r square plus xl square. Then the angle of the theta is to be find out, means this angle means this total current is flowing through the circuit with respect to the total current is flowing through the resistor or the voltages. So that what we do here, ZL which is equal to the impedance of the inductive branch, and here R plus J of XL. Once we take the mod of that value, then here the square root of R square plus XL square, means here to taken here R of plus J of XL, and once we taken here take the square root of R square plus J square into XL square. And for specifically this J, here is the J which is equal to root of minus 1, and once we take the mod, the J square which is equal to J of square which is equal to, means once we have to be take the square, then J square which is equal to minus 1. Okay, this will be taken as a minus 1, so that R square plus XL square, means here is again x scale. Then theta is the angle which is making with the current, total current or current flowing through the resistor. Therefore theta which is equal to tan of inverse into XL minus R, so that the sin theta which is equal to, and sin theta which is equal to XL upon ZL. So what we do, I of L, load current I of L into sin theta which is equal to I of L which is equal to V upon Z of L. This is the equation for I of L, means here we have to be substitute the value here. After that the sin theta we have given here, the sin theta which is equal to X of L upon Z of L, so that this value will be substituted here. So what we do, V into XL upon ZL into ZL which is equal to ZL square, means that will be given to the ZL square. So IL sin theta, this equation is given V into XL upon ZL square. ZL is the load impedances. So now substituting the equation number 2 in 3. We have substituting the equation number 2 in equation number 3. That's why IL which is equal to V upon ZL. Okay, then use this equation number 2 in equation number 3, means use equation 2 in 3. That's why after the use equation number 2 in 3, then V upon XC means V upon Z, and V upon ZL which is equal to I of L, means V upon XC which is equal to V of. Now substituting the equation 2 and 3 in the equation number 1, means we have to be substitute the equation number 2 here, equation number 2 and equation number 3, both the equation will be substitute in the equation number 1. Once we substitute the equation number 1, then IC which is equal to V upon XC, means this will be substitute here, means here this is the substitute in the equation number 1, means IC which is equal to V upon XC and V of XL upon ZL square. So what we do for this case here, this V and this V gets cancelled out. Basically once we cancel the V and V, only XL upon ZL square, this term will be remains. Then ZL into ZL square, means ZL square which is equal to XL XC, means what we do, ZL will be move in this way, in this direction, and XC will be come to the here. So ZL into ZL, ZL square which is equal to XL into XC. So that ZL which is equal to R square into, here is the XL square, so that R square plus XL square means omega R into L bracket raised to square from that equation. So what we do here, R square plus omega R into L bracket raised to square, which is equal to, here R means here, which is equal to, then what we do here, R square, the value of the R square we have to be calculated it, R square plus XL square. Okay, then we substitute here omega RL, which is equal to, for this case, omega RL into 1 upon omega RC. So what we do here, from the RHS side, there is a omega R and omega R gets cancelled. Hence there is only L and C parameter will be remains as it is. So what we do here, R square plus omega R into L square, which is equal to L upon C. So what we do here, omega R into L square will be keep as it is here, and L upon C minus R square means this R square will become to the here. So that omega R into L square, which is equal to L upon C minus R square. Hence omega R square L square, which is equal to L C upon R square minus 1. So what we do, then we modify the equation to form the omega R square. That's why omega R square, which is equal to 1 upon LC. Here 1 upon LC means you multiply by the term here L square. R square into L square means this equation we have to be modified such a way that 1 upon LC means basically here 1 upon LC, L of C means this L square will be remains as it is. Then this L square will become to this denominator side. That's why here is the L square, L of square. Once we have to be L of square into here L upon C. Here is the L upon C. Again here minus R square upon L square. L square. So for this case here R square upon L square, then this L and this square gets cancelled, hence here L upon C will be remains as it is, minus R square into L square. So omega R square, from that equation 1 upon LC minus R square into L square. So what we do, take the square root on the both side. Once we have to be take the square root on the both side, then what we do here, omega R, which is equal to 1 upon LC minus R square upon L square. Then omega R, which is equal to 2 pi FR. That's why which is equal to, again this term will be remains as it is. There is a square root of 1 upon LC minus R square upon L square. Therefore FR, which is equal to 1 upon 2 pi square root of 1 upon LC minus R square upon L square. So that the resonant frequency we have to be calculated here. The resonant frequency, parallel resonant frequency we have calculated, FR, which is equal to 1 upon 2 pi into under root of 1 upon LC minus R square upon L square. In this way we have to be find out the resonant frequency in the parallel resonance circuit. So where the FR is the resonant frequency in the hertz and the expression is a different from that the series circuit. However, if the resistance R of the coil is negligible, then the expression of the resonance frequency is reduces to, means basically here this R square is a negligible, then we have calculated here R square, which is equal to 0. And once the R square, which is equal to 0, this whole term is a 0. That's why here the resonant frequency is reduces to 1 upon 2 pi square root of LC. In this way, we have find out the resonant frequency in the parallel resonance circuit. From the phasor diagram, it is clear that the current in the inductive and capacitive branch may be many times greater than the resultant current, the condition of the resonant. As the reactive component is a 0, under the resonant condition, in order to satisfy the condition of unity power factor, so that the resultant current is a minimum under this condition, from the above it is observed that the current taken from the supply can be greatly magnified by the means of the parallel resonance circuit. So this current magnification is termed as the Q factor, or it is also called as the quality factor. So here quality factor is calculated, the quality factor Q factor, which is equal to IC upon I. So that IL of sin theta upon IL of cos theta, so that this IL and this IL gets cancelled, and sin theta upon cos theta, which is equal to here sin theta upon cos theta, which is equal to tan theta. So that XL upon R, so that XL upon R, it is the reactance to the resistance, and reactance is 2 pi FR into L upon R. So at a resonance, the current can be drawn by the parallel circuit. It is the phase with the applied voltage. So resultant current I, which is equal to IL cos theta, which is equal to V upon ZL into R upon ZL. So V upon R, V into R is nothing but it is the current flowing through the resistor, and ZL square, ZL is the under root of R square plus XL square. Okay, so but under this condition, ZL square, which is equal to XL minus XC, means under this condition we have right now this equation ZL square, which is equal to XL minus XC, which is equal to omega R into L into 1 upon omega R into C. Hence there is a omega R, and here is also omega R gets cancelled. Therefore the equation L upon C should be formed. So that ZL square, which is equal to L upon C. So resultant current here, the ZL square, we have substituted the value here. The current is flowing through the circuit. Hence what we do, I, which is equal to V upon R, V into R into ZL square, and ZL, which is equal to L upon C. Means here we have to be substituted here. And from that equation what we do here, V into R into L upon CR. Okay, L upon C. So what we do here, L upon CR, means that equation V upon L into C into R, that will be formed, means this parameter would not able to come. So this impedance offered by the parallel resonance circuit is L upon CR, and this impedance is a purely resistive, and which is generally known as the dynamic impedance, equivalent or the dynamic impedance of the circuit. As the current at the resonance is a minimum, the current as the resonant is the minimum, then dynamic impedance represents the maximum, means maximum impedance we offered from that circuit at a resonance condition. So the parallel circuit is considered as the condition of the maximum impedance, or the minimum admittance should be find out. So the current at the resonance is a minimum, hence the circuit is sometimes called as the rejector circuit, because it rejects the frequency to which the resonance circuit. So the phenomena of the circuit is called the parallel circuit, is that the great impedance, because it forms the basic tuned circuit in the electronics. So resultant current, which is equal to V upon L upon CR. So the parallel circuit consider the condition, the impedance offered by the parallel resonance circuit L upon CR, and this impedance is the purely resistive, and generally it will be known as the equivalent or the dynamic impedance of the circuit, as the current as the resonance is minimum. The dynamic impedance is represents the maximum impedance offered by the circuit at a resonance. So the parallel circuit is considered as the condition of the maximum impedance and or the minimum impedance. So the current at a resonance is a minimum, hence the circuit is sometime called as the rejector circuit, because this parallel resonance circuit is called as sometime it is called as the rejector circuit, because it rejects the frequency to which the resonance means here basically it will be rejects the frequency to which the resonant. The phenomena of the resonance is the parallel circuit is the great importance. It forms the basic of the tuned circuit in the electronics. So comparison, next we have seen which is very important, that is the comparison of the series and the parallel resonance. In case of the description, we have to be compare the series circuit and the parallel circuit based upon that the impedance at the resonance, then second parameter is current at a resonance, third is the resonant frequency, fourth parameter when operating frequency is less than resonance frequency, when your operating frequency is greater than resonant frequency, power factor, quality factor, and it magnifies at a resonance. Means based upon that all the parameter we have compared the series circuit and parallel circuit. So what we do, the impedance at a resonance, the minimum it will be given as Z, which is equal to R, and maximum impedance which is given by L upon CR. Then the current at a resonance we have to be calculated for series circuit, which is V upon R, and here the current is a minimum which is given V upon L upon CR, that will be given, means VR upon LC. So resonant frequency we calculated FR, which is equal to 1 upon 2 pi square root of LC. This is the resonant frequency for the series circuit, and here is the resonant frequency is 1 upon 2 pi under root of 1 upon LC minus R square upon L square. Once the value of the resistance which is equal to 0, again its resonant frequency FR, which is equal to the root of 1 upon LC. Then next parameter is that when operating frequency F is a less than resonant frequency, then the circuit is a capacitive and as the net reactance is a negative. So here is the circuit is the inductive as the net susceptance is the negative. When the operating frequency F is greater than the resonant frequency, the circuit is inductive and the circuit is the capacitive. Then power factor of both the series as well as the parallel circuit is the unity. Then Q factor, quality factor, that quality factor which is equal to XL upon R, the same quality factor should be find out, and here is also XL upon R, and it magnifies as the voltages and as the current. Means this is the comparison of the series circuit as well as the parallel circuit. So I hope that would you like to the information regarding the parallel resonance. I hope that would you like to this my video. If any doubts, any query, please write on my comment page, and please subscribe my channel and click on the bell icon. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.